Hello, this is the Unleashed Voice on KWAM 990 Talk Radio, where our core values are education, empowerment, and enrichment, and never make your move too soon. Hello, somebody. That's dedicated to Eddie Mama down there in West Memphis in the cafe, smoking her cigarette and drinking some Bush beer.
She don't drink beer. Virginia Slims.
Virginia Slims, them cigarettes. We're back, and Mike Williams, my joke was not corny, and don't call here talking that mess.
I'm a storyteller.
What you talking about ain't hitting on nothing with Senator Clemens. Senator Clemens.
Oh my God. You elevated yourself.
But back to my story. Hold on, back to my story.
Okay.
That great dragon who was kicked out of heaven had followers who came down to earth after the great dragon was kicked out voluntarily. So you telling me that this great dragon was up in heaven with God, had all these privileges, and keep in mind I think it was Ephesians. They said in Ephesians, they said this great dragon was beautiful. So God created this, Lucifer was beautiful.
So
without flaw. God created this angel, and they got jealous because this woman was pregnant with the Messiah. So my point is, you have people who are in privileged places, who are beautiful, who have followers, but who have the wrong, evil, malice, intent, and who are no good. And no good nowhere in their heart. You got to seat right there with the master. The only thing you had to do was sit there and do your good deed. But they had a battle in heaven on the holy ground. And this dragon had followers who left voluntarily.
They should have left.
I'm just saying. But nevertheless, let's talk about getting our lives back on track, getting focused.
Okay.
You gave me a great speech last week. You pumped me up. You got on my nerves, but it was real. But you made me so mad. She got on my nerves, but it was real though.
Well, see, my job as your business partner is to hold you accountable. And you have to do the same thing for me, because there may come a time when I need a reality check.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, I stand on the principle that I love you, I support you, but it's my responsibility to tell you when you're wrong. Not necessarily wrong, when you need to clean it up. And I saw some things that you need to clean up. Because I can't help you be a better man if I support you and I don't guide you the right way. And I have to look at it as if I'm helping you not make the same mistakes I make. So we are 16 years apart, so I'm trying to take 16 years off your learning curve, so when you reach my age, you won't have the same painful learning experiences that I did. And I wish someone could have cut mine off at 35. So that's what I'm trying to do.
Okay. Well, let's do this. Let's talk about the steps to how to get our life back on track and get our master plan back flowing again. Number one, let's make our good behaviors, automatic in our lives.
It has to be with intent.
Right.
There are going to be times when you're going to lose sight of what you're supposed to be doing, and that's when you have to have the right people around you to bring you back in. You know, because it's easy to unravel, because we're human. We're human, and it requires discipline, and it requires a tenacious attitude to say that you do not want to go back and return to an area where you fought so hard to come from.
All right. So number one was make more of your behaviors automatic. All right. Number two, let's take yourself out of harm's way.
Absolutely. Sometimes we get emotionally attached to things
and people.
And in that order, you aren't thinking with your logical thought. You're more so thinking with your feelings and your heart. And feelings are not fact. Feelings are not fact. You'll catch it in a minute. They're not. Okay.
Well, number three, whatever you feel compelled to do, don't do it.
Oh, that's called experience. That's called experience. That's called experience. You know, it just kind of goes back to number two. I think once you come out of your feelings and you weigh your options, you can't make a decision when you're angry. It's going to always be an irrational decision, and you're going to always regret it. So I would say, before you make a decision, or feel like you want to do something and you definitely know it's going to have some high consequences or some weighty consequences, you need to give yourself. Some people can gauge their anger and their temper, and you know you better than you. Give yourself some time before you make a decision.
Because the more powerful driven you are to take action against something, the more likely you should not do it.
Exactly.
Okay, we got another caller. They want to get some of this good education.
Yeah. Would you like to be on here?
Go ahead.
Number 4.
Okay.
Number 4. Sleep as much as you must feel to be fully rested.
Okay.
I totally agree. You know, the first time I heard that was Dr. Black.
Okay.
Remember he had the 888 rule?
Right.
And he says that he commit himself to getting 8 hours of sleep.
Yeah, you got to.
Every day.
You got to.
And that's an equal balance, 8, 8, and 8. And that was the first time I heard that, because I used to sleep 4 hours, 4.5.
Oh, no.
And, you know, you can't really recharge and regenerate. You have to get your rest. You have to, because it would definitely affect your health.
All right, you got a caller, John?
Yeah.
All right.
It's Eddie's mom.
Eddie.
Mom.
You better not get on here cussing. Caller, you're on the Unleashed Voice, KWAM 990 Talk Radio. Let me hear what you got to say. Hey.
Hey, Mom.
Hey, Mom.
Good, how you doing?
Hey, Mom.
Oh, try to figure.
Fine, how art thou? Get your life.
We heard you had a joke. Okay. Get him.
Here we go.
I know that's right.
121.
See?
You go to the dog track.
I didn't know that.
Okay. Did you hear anything?
You see my grandmama over there? Well, we appreciate you listening. We love your son. Right now, he's helping us birth this dream, and he shall get the reaping of what we're sowing right now later on, because we shall be big time on CBS on Channel 3 one day, and we're going to have you on our show soon. And we, yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. We thank you for listening. And I think my mom wants to say something as
We're
well.
going to hold you to that. When we tell Eddie, we want your mom to come on a radio show. We want you to pass that dog track down. Come on across the bridge.
Mother, please.
Thank you.
All
Ciao,
right.
darling. Hey,
All
Shinby.
right.
Bye-bye.
Goodbye.
That's what you get.
I love it. All right, and so we left off on number 4 by getting the rest that you needed. So now number 5. I do 6 of them, and I'll stop at 6. Number 5. Do the most important thing first in the morning.
Do the most, yeah.
Because in the morning, we have the majority of our energy and the furious distractions in the morning.
Yeah, I think it sets the tone for your day also.
It does.
And I think that's when you should really go in and do your affirmations.
Mm-hmm.
Read your affirmations if you have them placed in, your sacred place. For instance, my wife, in her bathroom, it looks like a shrine. Notes all over the mirror from one end to the other. Every sticky note you could think of. And I think that's her sanctuary. That's how she keeps focus and her empowerment. And it reminds her of what she has claimed and declared over her life.
All right, we got 3 more and we got to take this break. Number 6, I do 8. Number 6, eat energy-rich food in small dosage.
Well, you got to talk about that because you know I love me some barbecue grills.
That's the problem right there. That's the problem.
Whatever.
Okay, number 7.
I like pig feet too.
Do one thing at a time. Text, emails, people, information. You cannot do all. People say multitask is good. Multitask is good, but you cannot do everything all at once. So do one thing at a time.
So you saying that I multitask. So I learned. I think you can't generalize that. I think there are some variables.
Okay.
Because we learned in our weekly class that we go to that in our business, she said do one thing at a time. And then be really good at that and master that before you try to take on something else. Because if you're doing a number of things, you're going to leave something unfinished and something going to get a little more attention than the other. But I think at work, I can talk on the radio, I can answer the telephone, and I can talk to people at the same time and push buttons.
And last but not least, she's doing too much. Last but not least, work in spirits.
I totally agree.
And work in sprints.
I can't speak on that one. Can you speak on that
one? Okay. Sprints. When you're trying to do work, you can't set all your goals like long distance running.
Okay.
Some of your goals have to be 10 yards, maybe 15 yards. All your goals can't be a mile away.
Okay.
So you got to be able to run to get something that's obtainable to give you a little more boost so you can run that mile.
Okay.
So you can't work you can't don't put all your long goals in the beginning. Put some short-term goals in the front to make you get your self-esteem, your hope up, so you make those goals seem obtainable and reachable. How about that?
I like that. So listen, we have to take a pause for the cause at our halfway mark, and stay right there because when we return, we're going to dive into some Ayanna Van Zandt.
Baby, you were
so you gotta listen to it. AM 990,
Sweet 16.
KWAM Talk Radio.
And Mama that Bush beer.
Dolly Schwartz for the LGBTQ community.
LMNP, QISTUV.
Right. We'll be right back.
Okay, you play.